Hey, readers. The past couple days, we've been talking a lot about making mind movies and trying to really read intensely and get inside the book. And so I wanted to talk with you a little bit more about that today for your work during reading workshop today. I want to teach you that in order to read intensely, readers in fourth grade don't just picture it in their mind or picture the setting, picture the characters, but they actually put themselves into the stories in their mind. So take a look at our chart today. You'll see that it's added this big picture of a strategy called making mind movies in your mind. And we're going to practice it a little bit together here now with a little bit of Tiger Rising. So we're going to go back to a part of the story that we've actually read a little bit before. We're going to zoom back to chapter 2 and we're going to practice this. So we are going to get on the bus with Rob. So with your reading partners right now, I want you, if you're working in twos, I want one of you to decide to be partner 1 and one of you to decide to be partner 2. And if you've got threes, then you've got a partner 1, 2, and 3. And here's how we're going to do this. I'm going to read a little bit of Tiger Rising to you. And if you are partner 1, you should have already decided by now, you're going to pretend like you're Rob. And if you are partner 2, and you're going to pretend like you're the bullies. If there are 3, then partners 2 and 3 will be Billy and Norton, Threemonger, the bullies, the brothers. Okay, so look along with me as we read a little bit of chapter 2 together, and I'm going to pause a little bit. "Looky here," said Norton Threemonger as soon as Rob stepped onto the bus. Pause right there. So if we are Rob, I'm imagining right now climbing up the gray, ridgy kind of steps of a school bus. And I know how that sounds under my feet. And I know what the cold handle of the little railing it feels like in my hand, just like when we went on our field trip just last week and we got on our school bus. I can feel that. I know what the kind of leathery seats feel like a little bit and I can see that big long row as I look down past there. So I'm climbing on the bus just like Rob right now. Okay, now get ready. We're going to read on. "It's the Kentucky Star. How does it feel to be a star?" Norton stood in the center of the aisle, blocking Rob's path. Okay, I want you to pause the video right here. And I want you, partner 2 or partners 2 and 3, to talk about where you are as Norton. Where are your hands? What are you seeing when you look down the aisle? Think about that. Okay. All right, ready? So let's go back to that. Hopefully, you were thinking about looking down that long path of the seats and seeing Rob, and maybe how you could stand with your hands on the seat beside you and kind of block it so that Rob couldn't get past. All right, now let's read on. Rob shrugged. "Oh, no, he did. He don't know," Norton called to his brother. "Hey, Billy, he don't know what it's like to be a star." Pause one more time. Okay, this time I want Rob, reading partner number 1. I want you to turn to your partners right now. I want you to talk about what you as Rob are seeing and thinking and feeling as you're standing there on the school bus. Go ahead and pause the video right now. How is he standing? What's he doing with his body, guys? Okay, let's get back to the reading. Rob slipped past Norton. "Freeze." Readers together, you are the bullies and you're Rob. You're standing in the middle of a bus. How does Rob slip past Norton on this school bus in the middle of the aisle? What does that look like? Talk about how that would actually work. How could he do it? Go. Readers, what is Rob looking at as he's moving through the bus? Where is he looking? How is he moving? Okay, I'm going to keep reading, but this time I'm going to remind you to consider what the character might be doing. Okay, not only consider that, but consider their bodies, their faces, their voices. Pay even closer attention this time as I read and capture what you think you need to talk about. Okay. Hey, said Billy Threemonger, you know what? This ain't Kentucky. This is Florida. He followed Rob and sat down right next to him. He pushed his face so close that Rob could smell his breath. It was bad breath. It smelled metallic and rotten. You ain't a Kentucky star, Billy said, his eyes glowing under the brim of his John Deere cap. And you sure ain't a star here in Florida. You ain't a star nowhere. Okay, said Rob. Pause. Readers, talk about where they're sitting. How close are they? What are you smelling? What are you hearing? What are you feeling if you're Rob on the inside of you? What senses are you? What are your senses picking up on? Turn and talk. Pause the video. Okay, readers, hopefully you had a good talk. I know if I was Rob, my heart would be pounding and I might be thinking things in my head like, oh man, not again. Just leave me alone already. And I'm picturing them sitting snug up close together on the seat. Maybe they can even feel each other against each other on the seat. I don't know, but it's an uncomfortable situation for me. If I was Rob, I'd want to get out of there. Readers, today and every day as you read, I want you to remember that reading is not that different than going to a play or a movie. You should be thinking about all of these things. And the fourth grade standard, let's take a look at that for envisionment. In third grade, you learned that you make mental movies as you read and that you predict what they'll say and do, and you'll be able to give reasons for your predictions. But in fourth grade, as you make a mental movie, notice that it says that you're going to try to experience the story as if it's real life now. Notice that you're drawing on earlier parts of the text in order to add what we know. That is thinking about the character's traits, motivations, the setting, envisioning and predicting at the same time. Use what you know from real life too. Okay. And base your predictions on how you know that stories might go. We talked about the story arc and make sure that you can explain your predictions. Okay. So as you go off to your reading today, readers, you're going to take some time to think about and really slow your reading down to envision this in a way that extends beyond what the text has already directly described to you. And right before it's time for you to get together with your partners, I'm going to ask that you stop. And I want you to take a couple of minutes to sketch one scene that you read today, just one, literally no more than 5 minutes, but I want you to sketch it. And I want your sketch to show that you have A, taken into account everything that you read, but B, used earlier parts of the book and what you know from real life to make that sketch, to add to it from the descriptions and make it even more realistic. Okay, readers, don't forget to set your start time, take a look at the clock, record your pages on your book log, and readers read.